I've been hit by an insurgency just randomly during the day. At 9 o'clock 18, all of a sudden I was attacked by an insurgent. And the problem is that insurgents, they have 25 hit points, whereas my infantry only has 15 hit points. The insurgents, they deal less damage. They deal 2.5 both in attack and defense. My infantry deals more damage. However, I have less hit points. So even though my attack stats and defensive stats are superior, I'm still taking a lot of damage. So I won the fight, but the result is that I've lost more than half of my hit points, which is not cool. Which is the reason, I guess, that Austria was using 2 units to protect his cities against insurgency. But I didn't know that it could happen at any time of day. I thought this would happen at day change, right? So I've pulled back here my unit out of Göteborg because there was a 45% chance of insurgency, as this unit also is at the half of its hit points. It would never survive an attack from an insurgency, so I'm just pulling out because, well, this city is in Scandinavia. I don't really need it. I just wanted to kill Germany, who is now off the map, so that's cool. And I'm always gonna be at war with the insurgency leader because, well, he's everywhere. There was a big insurgency hit that you can see in the newspaper that affects always everyone. I got hit at 9:18 and I just see that at 10:18 just now, Russia got hit. So basically you can get hit every hour. I don't know how it works. Austria got hit by insurgency at 9:53. United States, France, and Russia got hit by an insurgency attack at 9:48. US at 9:18. It's so weird, man. Speaking of Austria, he hasn't produced any new units or moved any units in the last 36 hours. And then you still have Serbia, who is doing nothing, but he is training units, however, because he has now in Subotica, where he only had 1 tank, he has now also 3 infantry. He made in his capital artillery. Here there's now 1 infantry extra as well, so he's building up units. I'm gonna select them all. So he has now 5 tanks, 18 infantry, 1 artillery, and of course the fighter and the 2 combat recon vehicles he started with. That makes a total of how many units? Let's check in his profile. 27 units, and I have 41. Austria has 37. We have taken Debrecen over here. I have now finally enough resources to upgrade my infantry to level 3. That I'm gonna do immediately. I also have now the supplies to build an airbase. I was thinking to build an airbase in Warsaw, but it's too close to the front that would be opened by Russia if he's moving to Ukraine or attack somewhere over here. So I feel that Bydgoszcz, or however it's called, might be better. It's far from a port. It's actually pretty close to Gdansk, but I think it's my best option to move units fast. I think I'm gonna build an airbase here. It's expensive. It costs 1,000 components and I don't have a lot of components. I'd prefer to use them for tanks and mechanized infantry, but okay. Let's build the airbase, I guess. There we go. My 3 industry that I'm building are almost finished. 2 hours 50 minutes and my main battle tank 2 hours 30. Basically, I'm just producing now main battle tanks and mechanized infantry. I'd like to make 1 stack of 5 main battle tanks and 5 mechanized infantry to have 1 big stack of 10 offensive shock troops. And then the infantry units that I have, I'm gonna stack them together with 1 scout unit, recon unit, and my artillery. And of course, in my mechanized infantry and tanks, I need to put a scout unit as well. But yeah, that's the plan at least. This game is so slow, man. Day 10, and I only have this. All of Poland, a half of Germany, big part of Denmark, and now Hungary. Day 10, man. I mean, check the size of this map. This is a Clash of Nations map in Call of War. By now, I would almost have ended the game, man. This is gonna take forever.
Approximately 10 hours later.
I don't really like the graphics of provinces that risk revolting. I can barely see the units that I have. The pathways, you know? What pathways can I take? I mean, they're hidden behind the smoke. The smoke is a bit too much, man. And just when I was getting ready to attack Croatia over here, we've got Serbia, who finally started to do something. He started attacking the same country. So I was like, okay, dude, finally you're doing something, so I'm not gonna complain. So I'm gonna attack Romania over here instead. However, Serbia is playing like a big dummy. He's taking his units at sea unescorted. Now, what would have happened if Greece would have a navy or submarines out there? That would end pretty badly, right? Not only that, but he just sets long marches and then doesn't come online. So who knows what he's attacking here? Nobody knows. He didn't even put a recon unit in there. He's just setting his marches and then goes offline and goes online like once a day. What is that all about, man? Plenty of Call of War players do that and they get trashed. He made one artillery. He's not even protecting it. He has no mute shield. Once the AI is gonna start counter-attacking, Serbia will lose core provinces and he will lose his artillery. Over here, for example, he's going to attack 4 combat recon vehicles that are pretty good in defense against unarmored units. On top of that, he's gonna get a 25% bonus as he's in a province center, so he's gonna take less damage. We've got our friend here who is attacking it with mainly motorized infantry. This is going to end badly. He's going to take tons of damage, all for nothing. But I can't complain because at least he's active. Because my other ally over here, who was busting my balls with a lot of messages, a lot of paranoia, and a lot of rules for the coalition, one of his rules was not going inactive. He went inactive, man. Check the newspaper. Today at 12:36, military coup. He abandoned his nation for 48 hours, man. Oh! Croatia and Greece are in war, which is the second thing I was scared about. He is leaving his core provinces wide open, knowingly that he has Greece, the biggest threat on the map, on his border. Not protecting artillery, taking units at sea unprotected, setting long marches and going offline. No mute shield, not protecting core provinces. This player is a freaking nobleman. He's gonna take a lot of damage against the AI. Freaking hell, man. I might actually end up attacking him myself. He made one strategical bomber, so heavy bomber it's called in the Conflict of Nations, to bombard the buildings. Gonna have to be online first to use it, man. Most probably will lose it, just like he almost lost his air superiority fighter against an AI as well.
The next day.
Alright, we are day 11, and what I have predicted has happened. The AI is counterattacking. Luckily for Serbia, the AI is only attacking with 2 recon vehicles who can't capture provinces. After 12 hours of inactivity, he came online and moved his artillery to attack those units. He's actually lucky that the unit is not doing like Call of War and counter-attacking, because he would lose his artillery. He's making one new unit. Over here, another bomber, and apparently the heavy bombers, I noticed that they are actually very good against unarmored units. They're also good against buildings and less against armor. So I guess they're like a combination of strategical and tactical bombers from Call of War, if that is a correct analysis. And there's something flashing here in the corner where I actually have my webcam placed. It says end game. There is only 5 players left in this game, and so we can vote to retire. A bit like in Call of War, but instead of 3 players, you can do it here with 6 players. This morning it was written 6 players, now only 5. So I guess the 5 players are pretty simple, right? It's Greece, Serbia, Poland, US, and Syria. Russia is getting attacked by a lot of AI countries, and Syria is not really continuing with his conquest of Turkey, so he's pretty inactive as well. I've got another tank and another mechanized infantry that just rolled out of production. I've made a stack over here with now 3 tanks, 3 mechanized infantry, and 2 scout units, so that's gonna be a good stack of 10 units as soon as these 2 arrive. I'm producing another tank and another mechanized infantry, so then I'm gonna have 5 of each. That's gonna be 12 units, too much, but then I can always split them up, right? Make 2 power stacks. I've also made 2 stacks of artillery, and so pretty soon, once the other revolts have stopped, I'm gonna be able to also use the 8 units over here that are still garrisoning cities. Got 2 Impex, stacks, 4 in Budapest and 2 in Debrecen. So I'm gonna have 3 or maybe even 4 very good stacks. That's amazing. And in the research tab, I have also now started upgrading level 2 main battle tank reinforced armor. And as soon as I have the resources, I'm gonna do the same thing with the mechanized infantry. At the start of the game, I had researched infantry officer, but it's actually a unit and it's extremely expensive, so I cannot afford it. So I've just lost a lot of research costs for this. And then there's also a tab seasons. These are actually doctrine specific units, if I have understood correctly. However, I need a season 1 badge in order to research this. I haven't discovered yet what is the season badge, but okay. If you know, please let me know in the comments, because this elite main battle tank is more elite than the main battle tank I am using. That's a fact. And honestly, I don't know if there is a point in continuing. Only 5 players left. Serbia, very inactive, logs in once a day if I'm lucky. Greece wants to get a solo victory, as he only needs to defeat 4 players. That might be rather easy. However, I'm not a pushover, so he might be in trouble anyway. Nobody's interested to play with me except Serbia, who I think is more a liability than anything else. I've played 11 days, got a tiny army, and have seen a little action. I've accomplished a little as well. This game is very slow, and I'm starting to question whether there is any point to continue at all. I'm seriously considering archiving because this game is slow as hell, nothing is happening, everybody's inactive, and just next time to try out the 4x speed game. The supremacy tutorial was slow, but the speed was ×4, so that was okay. Anyway, it's Friday, 5:15 p.m. I'm leaving on a romantic weekend with my wife. I guess I have 2 days to consider whether I want to continue with this game or not. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and hit that bell button for notifications. I want to say a warm thank you to my members and elite members for supporting this channel.